Hello and welcome to another Pixlr tutorial here on the channel. This tutorial is very specifically aimed at students of Midhurst Royal College in photography to help them during the current COVID lockdown. But of course, it can be applicable to anyone at all. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be editing our images into certain styles, specifically using high ISO as a style or high grain, high noise. Now, the inspiration behind this was through an article that I asked you to research. And this was an article where two photographers used two particular film types, Ilford Delta 3200 and Kodak T-Max 3200 as well. Both of these being high ISO films that result in really grainy images, which can be quite effective and quite atmospheric, especially when working at nighttime with it. And your main goal of today's workshop is to edit photos that you took over the Christmas break into them looking in this style with the high grain, the high noise, and the black and white effect. So over to where we're going to edit. So there's only three things that you will need for this. You will need a computer, you will need your images, and you'll need access to the internet. So you go to the website pixlr.com, Pixlr.com. And if you've been here before, then you will see a history of some of the images that you have done or edited in the past. So here's two I've worked on recently. And we're going to add in our new image. Now over here, we've got a blue open image icon. We're going to click on that. I've got an image prepared for you, which a student has taken towards their work. On the quality settings, we just click OK to the full HD in the middle. That's absolutely fine for what we're doing. Now, to begin with today, it's come into Pixlr the wrong way round and stuff like that. So we're going to show you just very quickly how we correct that. So we're going to rotate first. So in the image menu, we're going to go to rotation and then rotate counterclockwise. It's going to flip that round for us. Now, at the moment, it doesn't fit in the screen properly. So on the left-hand side, we've got the zoom tool, and then we're going to go fit at the top, and then that's going to fit that image to the screen nice and perfectly for me. Now, just like we've done before, on the left-hand side of Pixlr, we've got a toolbar, just like we see in Photoshop, and at the top we've got a range of menus, similarly to Photoshop, and then on the right, palettes as well. Layers palette, history palette, that kind of thing. So, as I said before, in today's lesson, we're going to be editing our images, firstly into black and white, and then secondly, to add this high noise, high grain effect to it. The version I'm using is Pixlr E. It's absolutely fine for what we're doing. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and apply that black and white change. So we're going to go to the adjustment menu at the top. We're going to go down to hue and saturation, and we're going to select that, and it will open these sliders for you. When you first do this, they may appear in the middle of the page. We're just going to move them over to one side, just so we can see the effect that we're applying to the image. Now this one's really straightforward. We're looking to desaturate the image, and we're going to take all the color out just by dragging the saturation slider all the way down to the left to -100. That's going to convert that photo into black and white for us. We need to remember as we go along that we're going to take screenshots. So the first screenshot I'm going to take of this is here where I did the black and white. So on a Windows computer, we're hitting that print screen button. On a Mac, we're pressing Command, Shift, and 3. And then that's having that image ready for you to use. So we're going to apply that black and white. And then we're going to do the noise or the grain. So at the top menu, again, we have a filter menu. In the details menu, we have these two options down here, one for grain, one for noise. I'm going to add noise today as the change I'm making. So we're going to add that one in, and we get this slider up again. Now, if we take this to the extreme, we can get this very grainy, very noisy image. We maybe don't want it that strong. Somewhere between 20 and 30 is nice and fine for what we're trying to do here. Let's go for a 25. So just before you hit apply on that, let's do that screenshot again. Print screen on a Windows, Command Shift 3 on a Mac. That's going to take your screen pick for you, so you've got that visible in your screenshot. And then we're going to go ahead and say apply. So if you're happy with your edit and this is what you've wanted to achieve with the edit, you can do other things as well, like change the exposure or change the contrast, or you can crop it. It's completely up to you. But for this demonstration, this is what we're trying to do. So this is what we've got. We now need to save a copy of this image so we can use it in our work. So we simply go to the File menu at the top there, and we go to Save, and it will give me a whole load of options here. Just a normal JPEG is absolutely fine here, and then I'm going to go ahead and click Download, and that will put it into My Downloads. I'm using a Mac, so that'll be the one download location, which you may or may not be familiar with. If you're doing it on a Windows computer, it may ask you to where you want to save it. That's absolutely fine as well. So when we display our edits in our books, we are making sure that we have an original image that doesn't have anything changed with it at all. We've got our screenshots of the different processes we did. So today we did 2 steps to our process. We converted it to black and white, and we added the noise to the image. And then we have an edited image, an exported image that is the edit, that is the changes that we've made to our photograph. Okay, so those 3 things you're needing in your book: the original image unedited, the screenshot or screenshots you've done for the process, and the edited image. When we annotate this, it's really important that we are talking about what we've done and how we've done it. What is the impact that those changes are making on the image? This is for your Mechanics of Photography ISO module, so it's really important we're paying attention to the fact that we are changing the look of the image through the noise and the grain like we would if we were using a high ISO with these photos. So as ever, if you have questions that are either about this or about other things to do with our photography course, please don't hesitate to email me, andrew.hayward@mrc-academy.org, and I will answer those. And likewise, I've said before, if you have very specific methods that you'd like to know how to do or you'd like a tutorial for, then mention that to me and I'll get that made up for you, and we will share it and we'll all be able to access it then. Thanks for watching, and stay safe, everyone.